the best supports versus it.
There aren't many heroes that, like, melee heroes basically are out of the option,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Then afterwards, I don't know, some Pugna, some Nature's Prophet, Necro, perhaps, but it all falls short to this aggression of Gambit eventually, and I'm just worried. You have to commit that Shaker into just basically saving that
They could
offlaner.
Veno, I suppose. It did get left in.
That wouldn't be bad, yeah. Veno would be alright.
It's kind of pretty classic versus the Ursa. The Plague Wards are really good versus the Rasta Wards, too. They can just take them down very quickly.
Yep, I agree with you. I would love to see a Veno here.
I like that new Gale build, too, that everyone's going for, right?
They would have a lot of magic damage as well between the Shaker, Jakiro, and Venomancer. He would help with that pressure. You get another spell to check Rush with, so...
Yeah, that's another big thing, is like trying to keep the vision game going, because you just have to keep an eye on it. The second it hits like 8 minutes, you're just always worried. Oh, really taking their time here.
And it's
a
bad.
bad rider.
All right.
Okay. That is definitely, I mean, one of these laners that you can at least think of versus Ursa.
Yep.
They don't have any way to dispel.
I kind of feel like compared to previous series, we're in a different region.
Yeah, the heroes are very different, right? And
It really is. Like Jakiro first pick, I know it's been a while ago since that was picked, but I'm still surprised by it. The only time we've seen it so far was when Boom ID picked it against Demolition Boy, so they must have seen something in that Jakiro that they really liked.
are we gonna see some Legion maybe here? You get that Legion, put her versus the Bat, just crush him on the lane, put Ursa on an aggressive lane versus Morphling.
Yeah. Also, potentially like some Aura builders. I guess a lot of our Aura builders are kind of out, though. Like, in terms of like our Underlords, we don't see them very much anymore. But I wouldn't mind Underlord just for like that magic damage against the Morphling in lane. It can be very irritating, but...
Overall, is a good hero versus Morph if you manage to get that lane out.
If there's a mid in mind, like let's say they want the SF, they'd probably have to pick it now. But into the Bat Rider, SF's a little because he's a BKB cancel, but...
They don't care about that. They just want to have the SF still.
Like, let's be real.
I love it. I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care. Even if you counter this SF on lane, he's on Radiant. He's going to farm the medium camp around him. He's going to get that farm eventually. And he's going to come out with mech, out of the laning stage, that is. You're going to have Chen creeps, Rasta wards, SF. It's a lot of stuff for this Shaker to deal with unless he gets that early dagger.
They really need a lot of Fisher ganks mid. And that whoever this mid is for Demolition Boys, they need to just kill SF over and over.
Maybe some Queen of Pain for them.
I think that'll be the ban, if I had to guess.
There's only Rasta with the catch. I mean, only Rasta. He does.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it, but
he's really good at it, but maybe... isn't Jmari also a known TA spammer?
Yes.
Ember and TA, maybe, but I don't like TA nearly as much as SF.
I don't think anyone likes TA.
Even though you crush him, and even though she did get buffed, and also the combination of TA plus Morphling is just garbage.
At some point, you're going to go for what you're comfortable with, right?
Yeah.
They're already looking at the Queen. They got her selected. They're just like, yep. I mean, it is the SF. But I mean, who else would Gambit ban, though? Maybe like a Lina or something if they're thinking like nuke potential with the lasso that's a little bit more fast-paced, but...
I think Queen of Pain is just really good for them here. Versus the SF also has a lot of kill potential with Shaker, right? So
Viper is the man.
They banned the Viper.
All right. What's Gambit gonna take, though? This Ursa, now we're gonna figure out if he's 3 or 1.
An Afterlife Bounty Hunter. I don't know. What needs to happen for Bounty Hunter to be in the game? Because when we saw him 2 days or yesterday, he was really good.
He had a creep block that gave him a good lane no matter what, and so they eventually just left him in a 1v1, and then he just hit level 7 and went off. Plus, there were really squishy heroes, like Leshrac and stuff.
This is not a Bounty Hunter game, is what you're saying.
Not necessarily. There's not many offlaners that can 1v1 a bat if they end up in that scenario, so they could go back for like a Weaver.
Lifestealer can. Still in the pool.
Yep.
Old school. Ursa gets a Blink Dagger. That's a tag team and a half.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think Legion would still be alright for them.
Yeah, that's true. That's someone who can just not only purge the lasso, but also just straight up lane. Have a good time. Fits pretty well with the general pace. And
there it is. Good call.
The old classic.
Yeah, just the Legion. They're gonna try to lane her versus the Bat, but the problem is them boys are probably gonna try to do something about that.
Yeah. They don't look convinced with their draft.
I don't know. This feels like the Ilya interview. He said, "We're just more comfortable playing meta early game heroes. These are just meta early game heroes for Gambit."
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, all 5. Honestly, we've already seen Legion a couple times, and it's just such a classic counter to the Bat.
And FN Steinen is on a hero that he's going to be very comfortable with as the Shadow Fiend. So I think that won't be an issue for them either.
Eventually, if you get that Basher on Ursa, you can even lock down that Morphling on your own. You can deal with him, even though Morphling is considered a stronger hard carry, right?
Yeah.
You can deal with him later on, so it's not that horrible for you.
Time to see if they still like Queen.
Yeah, maybe they're going to try to put Bat mid.
1 second.
They pick something versus
Lina
Lina.
is another good call.
One of those two.
Yeah. Tell me, gentlemen, what's going to happen? Be the oracle that we don't have in the game.
It's good because there's a Bat Rider, so he'd be pretty upset.
Yes.
Gambit just looks. How can you go against this? Just looks like Dota 101. This looks like the StarLadder miner in a draft.
Yeah. Overall, I agree with Trent. If Gambit has a good laning stage, if they set up their lanes properly, they're gonna run over them boys. I wouldn't be surprised to see this game over in 20-25 minutes.
Well, Demolition Boys is known to be good for those early 20 to 25 minutes.
If they do manage to use their strength in those first 25 minutes and resist the aggression of Gambit, later on this Morphling can scale really well. And with Lina, you can get some good pickoffs. It can go either way, definitely, even though I think Gambit has 70% chances of winning.
They just got more work to do. They need Fisher ganks mid with the Lina. They got to get some kills there. The Bat Rider needs a really good lane. I don't want to see this like have to go right into like Tranquil Blink first item. I want to see like drums into bots into maybe a Blink after that. You know, I want to see this guy just dominating some hero.
Let's find out if they can.
Okay.
It's game 1 of our final series of the day, and Voices in Your Ear will be from Lyrical and Grand Grand.
Indeed, we're here. The panel has absolutely no faith in Demolition Boys. They're feeling like it's a lost cause. My man Grant, how are you feeling about it?
I mean, we talked earlier. Kataro on the Morphling, probably his most played hero besides Husker, one of the best. And people forget when this was the Frankfurt Major, 2015, 2016. Actually, Excel Kataro item dropped on newbie in their own base when they were probably the biggest underdog of all time. They're coming in. This might be up there being like one of the biggest underdogs. So we'll see. I think they have a reasonable chance if Schofield just plays one of the best defensive Earthshaker games of like all time.
That really does feel like it's going to be the linchpin of their entire draft. Yes. And like so often, I remember back in the day when it was Shadow Fiend mech, believe it or not, way back when, and they would run the Earthshaker mid to either try and find the kill onto a Shadow Fiend, or if you had the Earthshaker on your team, it would be defensive. But yeah, with the Lina in tow, you could probably find a kill there.
Yeah, it definitely feels like if you get that block on him, even if you don't get the kill right, he's going to have to run down the river, run all the way away, and run all the way around. It's pretty much Demolition Boys got what they want. They want to win 20 minutes in, and if this Ursa gets any sort of farm, they're going to be in a lot of trouble, though.
Yeah, and the Hawk, throughout all of the qualifiers for this event, he was kind of running over people with his Ursa play. Yeah. There was a ping out there, so they see that it is Bat Rider down bottom. Don't know if we'll have any types of lane swapping, but Bat Rider in a full-on tri-lane, it looks like, for now.
Yeah, and I know we've seen a lot of swapping from Dem Boys and actually Gambit, right? One of them lost a game because they lane swapped. They were like, it was the Pugna Necro matchup or whatever, and like the other guy was just level 2 already, and he's like, well, we got our lane, but this is not good.
Yeah, the counter doesn't work anymore if you're a level behind.
It feels, and you can't TP or else they have the TP next. It's just real tough lane rotating. That's why you see everyone scouts out so early.
Well, off to a hot start. Dem Boys trying to run over there, but it's going to be Legion almost picking up the other one, but Kataro gets there with one of the funkiest sets that we've ever seen on Morphling. And the slowdown has pressed the attack, though. Tries to run away. Body blocks coming in from Schofield. Yes, Fissure back up again in 4 seconds. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get the full block off as he just runs back under tower.
Yep, nice angle there. He went to geometry class. That was like, you couldn't get, if he went to the left side, he would have got blocked. He knew, just use his Quelling Blade, helped out, or his Tangos, pardon me.
Yeah, Staggerus helping out his man.
Yep, and look at the rotations. FNG and the Hawk are coming down bottom, so the TPs were committed.
Yeah, a whole lot of them down bottom there.
Yeah, they're all up top now, so it looks like Dem Boys actually gets the lanes they want because they have the counter TPs.
Yeah. So yeah, the Hawk going to be going up against Sword on this Batrider with Schofield nearby. Do need to be a little bit careful about stepping too far forward with FNG there and having shackles as well. But Gambit, they're just going to back way up and going to do the recall. This is the other way that you can kind of play it out.
That's true, yes. I guess I forgot about that. You have the guy who gets a free TP to your whole team. A pretty damn good ability.
Yeah. And suddenly it's all back to how it was before.
Yeah, but now the kill potential just kind of ends bottom because you have press the attack versus Batrider, and there's not much you can do. I think if you're Sword, you try to farm, which is weird for a Batrider, but what else can you do?
And meanwhile, in the top lane, though, it is going to be Kataro having a really nice time. 8-3 so far versus the 1-0 on Ursa. Danger zone is going to be this chain lightning creep down here bottom that Chen was able to pick up, and in the mid matchup, it's looking like it's pretty favored towards Lina. 5 denies already.
Yep, and Jamar, I mean, he's shown, right, he actually qualified to a major a while back before he got kicked off his team. Like, his Ember, 3 out of 4 games went beyond godlike, and unfortunately he got booted off his team, but this dude is a monster, you know. You'll hear different thoughts on him, you know, his pub style and stuff,
right,
but he's a very good player, as we've seen, beyond godlike multiple times this tourney again.
I mean, I'm sure that all of those rumors are, you know, overblown. Yeah. He's a very fine teammate.
Yeah, and no one's a sweetheart in pubs, right? I mean, people are, but everyone has their one day where they're just like, their coffee spills on their pants, and there's
Sometimes you have multiple days.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes it's every day. Uh-oh, Cell. He's just going to get bullied back by FNG here, but he's going to dance away. Doesn't care about it.
I'm interested in this Jakiro, right? Like the panel talked about. I wonder why they picked it up so early instead of getting that tiny. I assume because, right, it clears creep waves. If Gambit wants to push their base at 20 minutes, you throw down a macro pie or a dual breath. It's just good high ground defense. I assume that was like the general thought process.
Yeah, the other times that we've seen the Jakiro, it's often been like Ice Path max out that we saw from Secret in the major. But don't know if that's what we're going to be seeing. Jamari standing up tall against FN here.
Yeah, like you said, I think that 2-4-2 build on Jakiro seems to be the norm now because of the Secret.
Looking for the fissure block off FN. Gotta be wary. He does have that ward, though, that is sort of scouting this out, I believe. Maybe just outside of range. As soon as he sees that Earthshaker, he's going to need to be careful. While top lane, they find the Shackle is going to try and burn down and kill off Excel, and they do manage to find that one.
Yep. And that's going to be the scary part. I think this Ursa just dominates at all phases of the game, right? There's not one hero in this game he's even bad against in lane. Schofield sees FN, but uh-oh.
Getting up close. You can't run away from this guy. Or you can, and he's just going to let him go. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, still has the boots. I guess if you use, like, your 2 raises there and don't get the kill, you just, like, lose middle lane.
Okay. And he's already kind of having a tough time about it. 27-9 on the Lina. She is kind of owning his face.
And she gets a bottled regen rune, the best rune possible.
Schofield getting chased around, FNG punching him on the backside.
I think if they somehow control, I mean, the Ursa just got the first blood, but they are controlling him in lane. Katar's a full level up. It's up to him. Kataro definitely is the best Morphling, and SA, if not NA as well. I mean, the man is a monster at this. You give him 5 minutes of free farm, he'll do some stuff.
And like the time that we saw it earlier, it was against Disruptor, one of the best counters in the game. This time around, it's against a Shadow Shaman, which also is a bit of a problem. But if he gets into a Lincoln Sphere, maybe a way to keep him alive.
And he does seem to still like going that build, even though some of them don't.
Yeah. So about 5 minutes in, a little bit less than 1,000 gold lead, and both of the lanes that really matter right now are going well for Demo boys.
And the 5-minute runes coming up. FNG level 1. The boy does not want experience. And whoa, okay, Sword's going to fly over. Let's see who gets these runes bottom. They're the contested ones. Looks like 1-for-1 bottom.
Right. A nice little pickup. And another regen rune for Jamari.
I love what he's doing. He's just attacking the tower. He knows, like, where's SF? He might be jungling, so he goes over. They're just abusing the regen, not getting canceled anymore by towers or creeps. But FNG will cancel it.
Oh, well, top lane, more battles going on. The Hawk's going to walk up to Kataro. That looks like it's going to be about all that she wrote. Sword pulls this over to the side. Going to try and clear through the entire creep wave while the other one pushes forward. And top lane again, they get the fissure. Not quite blocked off, though. So they can't bring down immersion.
He definitely could have got that kill, but he would have suicided for it. So he's like, oh, okay, I'm not that crazy yet. But I do like what Demo Boys are doing here by giving us Sword the bottom lane. He is just cutting the creeps, not risking death at all, and then just getting Kataro farm with Schofield. And now he's going to be roaming around middle. This guy, we said, he has to be the playmaker for the team. He gets a nice deep ward middle.
Yeah, if he can find that pickoff. I mean, again, very low kills so far. This is the exact opposite of what I expect from this game, to be honest.
And especially with these heroes, right? These heroes have a lot of potential. I think both teams are just scared to be that team that gives something away. Like, here we go, Schofield, he should be able to run.
Radiant's middle tower
He just backs up there.
Attack.
They do spot out that there's a little bit of a stack. Not the biggest in the world.
Ooh, Jamari middle.
Level 6.
Yeah, that's scary. Like, FN, if he just gets hit by one stun, could be in a lot of trouble here.
It could even just be like a fissure into Light Strike Array.
I guess with the Chen there, though, you have the HP regen.
Ooh, Kataro. Careful there, buddy.
That's right. You see, right when Schofield leaves top lane, all of a sudden Kataro starts. That's it. Schofield just, any lane he goes to, he starts winning it, but he can't be in all 3 lanes at once.
Yeah. And right now, bottom, he hasn't been able to come there in a long time. And 2 levels ahead right now, Afterlife, having a really good time against Sword.
It really is. I'm curious to see what Legion build, right? We saw the last Legion actually go Armlet into Blink into Shadow Blade, so a little bit different build there. See if he does it again.
I want to see if he can force out a press the attack. Still has the Firefly going.
He's had the same Harpy Stormcrafter for the entire game, I'm pretty sure. Just soaring around middle, even denied a rune bottom. This Stormcrafter's doing work. Probably more than FNG's hero has. He's still only level 2.
Yeah. Not doing a whole heck of a lot. And they're looking right now for Schofield. So they brought in the Shadow Shaman to try and make something happen. Doesn't end up working out, and so he's just going to have to walk back top.
And this is the problem. To Hawk, he needs those phase boots. Like, once you get phase boots on these Ursa, Jakiro actually can't even go to this lane anymore, I don't think. But he's left alone, so not much he can do. Gonna try to pull these creeps, let's see. Probably can.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically just the offlaner now.
Yeah.
And it's Legion that's sort of feeling like more of the one with position 1 farm. So get some of those creeps, but Kataro will come and scoop those up afterwards, I assume.
Oh, FN. Oh, they're going to come to take the stack. There could be some contention here.
Yeah, FN really wants it. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're able to find themselves one, and the duel catching themselves, Schofield down, and a win for Gambit. Well, taking out the stack simultaneously.
That's just big play. That's the Chen, right? You pull an SF, doesn't have to use his TP, he gets it. They think they're safe, and Jamari's in the jungle trying to like maximize his farm, and they just pick Schofield off, getting experience.
Now, Afterlife walks back down towards bottom. He should be fine on the Batrider since still duel on cooldown.
So Batrider is going to get a little bit of farm, but this Legion is just going to get a ton of farm, and he just never can pressure him. That's the whole part of this hero.
Yeah. Double bracer build, happy as a clam. It does kind of feel like a bit of a weird game, though, when your Shadow Shaman is like almost on par with your Ursa in terms of farm.
Yeah, this whole game's strange. Like, I expected just an outright bloodbath from these two teams, and it is 2-0, less than 1,000 gold lead at almost 10 minutes in.
Yeah, there's chilling.
Oh, top, that should be a kill on FNG, yeah. Not even needing to use the Laguna. And he almost has a Yules, man. J. Mari, this is actually super scary for Gambit.
Yeah.
Because he can, I think he pretty much solo kills anyone, even maybe, he doesn't solo kill Legion, but if he has +1, they're going to get him with that guaranteed stun.
And this is the thing, too, is they've got such long range of initiation. Normally you can like try and get away from that Lina, but with Fissure, and then the follow-up Ice Path that can come, too. Yeah,
ton of long, even the Batrider, he doesn't have Flame Break, but you're right, they just have a ton of long-range damage. Oh, but the rune fights are coming up here.
Afterlife.
Yeah, good idea. I don't think don't allow him to get any of those bottom runes, and you can fight top because you have the Chen to TP someone in.
All right, pulling them in. The Hawk trying to take down this Jakiro. They will find a Kataro, hoping to get some retribution, and there's going to be the waveform forward. Kataro in very deep, needs to be out of here in a second, gets the kill, but is it going to cost him as they try and run away? Has the long duration stun walk out of there, and the catapult actually gets the kill.
That's the problem. That he ran uphill, right, and they even get the ward kill afterwards, and there's just an SFT being the bottom.
Oh, good press the attack, but might still end up going down here as the slow burn is going on. And this is the top farmer right now in the Radiant, but Immersion moves into position. able to save a life. Light Strike Array finds the kill, a DD there, and now the Yule Scepter lift up. Meanwhile, a duel down bottom. They win that duel, and now trying to find this kill into Ursa, it's not going to happen.
Just pops the ulti, and okay. Well, all of a sudden, we went from 2-0 to 5-3 in literally a minute and a half. That is some quick stuff, and now level 10s are coming online. Those are actually two big ones. The Spell Lamp on that Shadow, if you need a triple raise, just insane. And then the damage talent from Lina has it, or cast range talent, pardon me, is just, I don't know. I think if Jay Mari's active enough, this is going to be pretty good for Dim Boys, but middle, Schofield should go down here.
Yeah, and this is the big danger that the Gambit lineup always brings to you is the pressure coming on 3 catapults, one of them with the Divine Favor. They're going to use the Glyph as well, so they can keep this creep wave pushing in towards mid. And this gets taken so quickly. Has a Buckler.
3 siege units just pounding at this tower. What can you do? Honestly, nothing. And look at that, FNG is actually level 5 now. Higher level than Schofield, just got 5, but see you later.
Yeah, Light Strike Array, they find themselves that kill. They throw out the Requiem afterwards, and FN still trying to take down Schofield. Almost got him.
That was close. They are trading blow for blow now, but finally the 1K lead for Gambit.
So what do you think about this? This is what we've seen a couple times, is the Hawk going for the Midas on the Ursa.
I think it's one of the few heroes that it's still okay on, because if you're buying it, you need to actually use the attack speed, and Ursa does that, right? Besides overpower, this hero actually has terrible, terrible attack speed. So
yeah.
Obviously I've always been a Midas hater, but I think Ursa's one of those few heroes that it still is decent on.
All right, can dig it, and he needs to catch up.
He does, especially experience-wise.
So smoke up is 3.
Oh, if you get the Ursa here, which they should be able to do, but oh, look at that.
And he backs up. Heads up play by the Hawk. They're going to instead head further north to the top lane, where Immersion, FNG, they've got wards.
Oh, man.
To be careful.
Smokes weren't up in about 10. They just laid the snakes.
Yeah, looking for this opening now. Schofield coming around the backside of him. They're going to have full vision on all these heroes and actually switching over into the Shadow Shamans. That way he's going to have the Hex and everything comes out. Jamari finds himself one. The Echo Slam connects onto 2. Schofield trying to chase for more. FN is just going to run away from him. In the meantime, Afterlife actually living through all of this. They miss on the ice path, and he gets out because of it, but it will eventually be the Yule Scepter lift up, and then the Light Striker race. They take down SF, even though they lose the Legion.
That's just a nice smoke play. And that's kind of weird. They throw the snakes down on the tower, and then they like half commit to it, half run back, and well, that's just a great smoke gank right there by Dem Boys. They take the lead.
Dem Boys.
You see that Yule's right. It gets him 2 kills right there. Jay Mari just farms so well now already. 2.2K. He can get an Aether Lens right now if he wants.
Yeah.
Be curious to see if he goes for like more of a damage dealing build or still that kind of utility caster build.
Somebody's leaving trash in the jungle over there. Some tangos just hanging out.
I mean, a leaf isn't trash. You know, it's nice. It's better than a plastic bag.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, and here's the problem, right? The Roche taking ability of Radiant. I mean, Ursa could do it alone. Now you just have a Chen giving him bonus damage and health, or HP regen, pardon me.
Yeah, doesn't even need the Mask of Madness right now, or Mask of Death rather. So they move in, they take down Roche, and well, nobody's there to be able to come and interrupt.
Yep, I think Dem Boys kind of knew, or Demolition Boys kind of knew that, because they scanned below the tier 1 bottom rating. They're like, wait, no one's defending this? Uh-oh, they probably are in Roche. So we'll see. I don't know, Schofield's a little late now. That was funny, actually. FNG pulled FN in, and then Schofield just instantly ulted. Like, he did pull him into his death. A little bit of a misplay there by FNG in that fight.
Afterlife able to get the blink away from that Shaker, who was going for the Enchant Totem. Shaker, speaking of which, is about 800 gold away from getting his blink.
Dude, what is Jamari going? Sorry, he's going Shadow Blade now, and he can pretty much just buy it.
Okay. And
that means this Ursa does have the Aegis plus his Midas coming out, but we're about to see a 15-minute rune fight.
Nice path connecting onto 2, but the jump forward, the duel, that's the reveal of it. They just blow him up.
Wow. That's a good play, yeah. He does get the rune, but it doesn't matter. You get that 565 gold kill, the plus damage, and FN gets the kill. So he's got his mech, and almost, I mean, Guardian Greaves only 1,000 away now.
Yeah.
They are coming online.
They don't want to have to use Lasso here, but they will use it eventually to secure the kill. That does maybe give a little bit of time now. Oh, good break of the TP by Schofield. Might reveal the ward in the area. They ping out the direct spot where it's at.
Schofield, he is going to get his blink up. I mean, both teams are actually getting items they need. And, oh, Excel, he barely saw the TP away, almost got Ice Path off.
Yeah.
And he did go the build 1-4-1 on Jakiro, so Ice Path is owning.
38 bonus damage for Legion. Is it enough to kill off this Earthshaker? He's thinking it is. They jump forward to try and find it, and gonna be able to find the duel win. Afterlife starting to snowball. That was so close. He did buy the Blink Dagger, though.
And uh-oh. Do they have it yet? Jamar with the Shadow Blade, and this will be a nice pickoff.
This is really huge. I think that was the Legion's first death as well.
Yep, it was 2-1-2 right now. 104 CS, and Kataro, we talked about, he's getting closer to that Lincoln's, and I don't know, I think Gambit, they definitely want to pressure a lot more towers with this Aegis right now, but it's tough versus all these long-range heroes as we talked about from Demo Boys.
Yeah. You can just throw that on that macro pyre like you were talking about, defend a tower that way. They don't have the greatest ways to deal with the catapults, but it does look like with this Blink Dagger potentially going to be revealed now. Gambit are just backing out.
Dude, Morphling's so happy right now. He actually gets every single, it's like one of the best heroes versus those wards. And can they get the deny is the question. This is actually a lot of gold getting denied here.
Woo! Excuse me?
Oh, man. And Brown pinged it. Brown, he's like, oh, wait, whoops. I think he saw the Siege Unit would take 3 hits, but it still had the, did it have Holy Persuasion? I don't think it did. It just, he missed it.
I mean, that tower had like 3 HP for a while.
It did. Definitely a mistake there. They are still up in gold, but no need to make a mistake like that.
The crowd likes it.
No.
All right, so Shadowblade Lina and Gambit still hanging on to that Aegis.
Yeah, but they are pressuring. Looks like they do want to pressure top tower. It's tough without those snakes, though. But the thing is, if just one hero's alone, right, Immersion has that Aether Lens. And, oh, they're coming on middle, though.
Yeah.
I think they might have seen the Firefly.
They use the glyph, too, and that kind of reveals it. Like, Afterlife should know.
Yep, and they see the Lina, good Observer Ward, and Sentry Ward from the Radiant.
I mean, the dangerous thing about that now is that they're going to lose their Tier 2 since they don't have a glyph.
Yep. True. They need to at least get this Tier 1. Maybe a little bit of a trade here, but we might be seeing him TPing middle. This could be a 5-on-5 fight coming up.
Lincoln Sphere going to be delivered right now for Kataro. On a nice decision right there to drop the Ice Path where the Legion would have jumped.
Tier 2 for Tier 1. Not too bad for Gambit. This Ursa's getting space, right? He was pretty under farm, but Hannah Midas up now. He is a BKB in 1K. That might be the timing. Ursa BKB, just see ya, run straight at you.
Look at him. He had forever.
And then I like it wasn't his team who pinged him. I like how he pinged it. He's like, wait a minute. Oh, no. I love it. Pings are like the most expressive thing in Dota. Like some people like the chat wheel, but the pings, you can tell true anger.
That's right.
Ooh, who's going to come down here with them?
Oh, the Ice Path is down a little bit off the mark, but they find Immersion in the back line, saving that Fissure for the moment. They have Echo Slam still if they want to use as well, but the Shackles is there, which means they're going to try and focus down Schofield and actually find the duel onto him, but the Ice Path keeping him alive. They do eventually find that kill. Jamari needs to walk away from this one. They've already lost their 2 supports and might end up losing more as well. Sword just trying to run out of there, but now the Hex, the turn, the catch, the potential kill, they do get it. Kataro making that morph work.
Don't ever, that's the thing, don't ever doubt a Kataro Morphling. This dude, we saw it earlier today, right? People are like, is that still a hero? And then he just pops up, and once again, he's 1-1-2, second highest net worth, and you don't want this hero to get out of control. He is the late game hero this game. Like, I think him and Lina are actually the best too, which is crazy. I mean, Ursa's good, but can definitely be locked down by the heroes on Dire.
Well, and he keeps on using the morph to switch into the Shadow Shaman too, which makes like a huge difference.
They actually have so many, like they already have disables without that, and then he gives them 2 more for himself. He's just playing very well. And I think that's the problem, right? Gambit now doesn't have the Aegis. He's gonna find Excel here, dodges. This should be a solo.
This is,
they wait for the dual jam. Even better than a solo, and they get the bounty runes.
I mean, that is the one thing. We talk about scaling heroes in the late game. Lina's Legion Commander, 92 damage.
Already, that might be some of the most I've seen by 20 minutes. That is a ton. And he has a BKB himself in 1,000. I think it is, right? The Ursa and the Legion are getting BKBs at the same time. That might just be the high ground push with Roche, too.
Yeah, and they've got the Presence Effects buildings, level 15 on the Shadow Fiend. Right now, did Legion take the XP talent as well?
He did, yes. Has 30 attack speed. I'm surprised he took the attack speed over the overwhelming odds damage in a game like this, but
yeah.
I don't think that's like that big of a difference.
I don't know if it's going to be as good as going for the 40 damage steal. Like, if you're already that far ahead, but in the meantime, they find the jump and catch an FNG. But if you do manage to go for that, like, you could just get into a ton of damage, just like one-shot people almost.
Good. Nice job there. FNG actually killing those siege creeps by the Chen is super important because you can only get them every 5 minutes. So picking that off is almost like killing his hero twice.
Yeah. Schofield finds his man. Oh, able to get him, but there's going to be the BKB reaction. Sword, no lasso.
Yeah. Gotta have that bad boy up to kill any of these BKB heroes now.
But that's the 10-second BKB is.
It is. And versus the Bat Rider, that's not fun. Like, even though he can go through BKB, once that 5 second gets there, Ursa versus Veno, Ursa versus Bat, never fun.
And it's Dem Boys pushing down the top lane. They're going to force a reaction here.
Or they're just going to, looks like Snakes are going to get dropped bottom, yep, at the tier 2. So might just be a tier 2 for tier 2 trade here.
How much can they do? No glyph on either team right now. So that tier 2 is going to drop very rapidly. Don't know if Dem Boys can get back to defend their own if they wanted to, but it does look like they're going to send them back to base. So not going to take the risk of running into immersion.
Not quite the base race we saw in the OG old boys game 2, where it's just like, oh, I guess we're both just going to take Raxes. Sounds good to me.
It's 13 minutes in the game.
That was actually that's one of the funniest moments I've seen. It's just 13. They're just 5 men in each lane. Like, sure, go for it.
Why not? That was weird.
Yep. 22 minutes in. This is when we've seen, I mean, I hate to say it, but Demolition Boys, we've seen them crumble around this time, honestly. The 20 to 25 minute mark they own, and then it just feels like one team fight, and then you look at the score and it's like, wait, a 5K lead for the enemy team? It's going to be tough. Lina is going for that Lincolns as well, getting close, and then the Morphling almost to F-Blade. We saw what he did to the other team last time. They get him.
What the hell was that? He just like ether shocked the wave when Lina came in, but well, he's dead. They just let him burn.
They let him burn, give J Mari the kill. And middle, possibly something about to happen. Yep, just Kataro harassing him out. Legion is level 17, as you said, with the 25% EXP game. Pretty nice, but there's going to be Sword.
Yeah, they don't have a lasso here, but going to just go for the full catch and going to take him down. He didn't use anything.
Yeah, a little bit of greed there. It seemed like he didn't want to use BKB, but after Lasso's down, I feel like just pop it immediately and go. That is their only BKB canceling ability.
Another dual win looking like it might happen here as they take down at Earthshaker, although can they find a return kill? They're going to buy back on the Earthshaker now. BKB popped from Afterlife, and now switching over into the Shadow Fiend. They're going to chase forward. FN, BKB out as well. He decides to turn it off, and, well, taunt away. And guess what?
They're taunting back.
Kataro sealing it as well. He was the original. Don't forget it. And now the Ice Path catches from the other side, trying to take him down. Jamari jumps forward. Kataro, can they take him down as well? Immersion starting to fall down very low, but FNG keeping him alive. They caught Jamari in those wards, though, and now Schofield coming back to life again. The Ice Path. Now Kataro needs to get out of here. Switching back over, they immediately take it off. Good press the attack. Still damage over time. Schofield as well is going to die. Everybody runs into the Ice Path. And it looks like final result is going to be Gambit winning that fight and maybe finding another dual win. Why not?
2-in-1 fight. That is the dream. And they wish Roche, though. It is a reasonably late Roche timer, so Demolition Boys gets a little bit lucky here. But man, look at that, less than 1,000 gold lead still. This is more the game where I like how the first 5 minutes, like, are we sure these are the two teams, and now it's just 31 kills, 25 minutes?
The thing that perfectly encapsulates how I was hoping this game was going to go was the two SFs taunting each other and following each other.
Chasing, that was great. I think it definitely feels like Gambit is in a reasonably big lead, mostly because the Shadow Fiend still has the 9-second BKB, and they have like 3 BKBs on their team soon, and they do have 3 BKBs. All you have is Sword to, like, he gets one chance, and if press the attack just cancels it, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough now for Demolition.
They kind of have to go on the Legion, but they don't want to go on the Legion.
Yeah, you never want to go on that. Like, then FN just gets a free ulti off. Everything just happens, and here we go. This could be the game, honestly.
Now they're moving into position, trying to come and contest this one. Macro Pyre down the ice path that's connecting onto Roach. They're walking into the pit, jump forward, but snatching the Aegis. The Hawk able to take it, another jump forward. The duel, they're going to be able to find that kill onto Kataro, who was switched into the Ursa. And I hate to say it, but you might have called it.
Yep. On the plus side, so they did get the gold because Demolition Boys got the Roche kill, and they did get the cheese, which is on the Jakiro right now. So it could have been a lot worse, but the Aegis is the big one, and they do pick that up. They could just go for the base here, honestly. Yep, looks like they will.
How many times have we seen this combination coming out from Gambit? Even when they're playing with FN, not Afoninje, they have the Guardian Greaves good to go, and them boys need to try and just deal with this creep wave, which is going to be used, but they already have the wards down. Trying to kill it off. Got to be careful about the initiation, though.
J-Mario will come and clean him up, so not too much damage done.
Got that catapult.
It is owning. My goodness, it almost just soloed it. All right.
Schofield.
He sees him.
Yeah, and they're just going to sort of hunt here, it looks like. If there's no wards in the area. The Hawk, does he realize it? It feels like he knows that this is coming. Yeah, they call out that this is the direction they're going.
And Invis Rune wears off, but he was already downhill, so they don't actually see him.
Yeah.
Wow, it feels like any fight for either team could just, like, end this game. They both have a lot, and they're going to find one.
Immersion pulled back in. They can't get into range for the press the attack, but the jump forward Fissure not blocking him off from the rest of his team. And instead, they're going to find the Hex, and now going to be able to go for the Shackles afterwards, but they just completely eviscerate him. But the secondary duel comes out, and that takes out Schofield. BKBs, they need to kite these away for a little while here. Cell throws down the ice path, going to connect. The Hawk able to get pulled back as well.
And now you do see, I mean, as you said, the BKBs are starting to get lower. Already it's going to be 8 seconds on the Legion, only 7 on the Ursa. So I think Demolition Boys, you do have this Morphling still. You just defend. Losing 1 Rax, honestly, isn't even that big of a deal right now. So yeah. They just need to take smart fights. If you have to lose one guy, lose a ranged Rax, just let it go, I think, at this point. Let the Morphling get his farm.
The danger I am seeing is that Legion now has a avenue to break Lincolns.
Yes.
And this is a hero that's damage is really starting to get off the charts.
He is doing, with no other buffs, he's already doing 400 damage just by himself on this Legion with plus 188.
What in God's name?
Yes, that is extremely scary. Oh my! Oh. Well, see you later, FNG.
I mean, that's pretty scary too.
Yeah, it is. Will they? I don't think so. Just get the pick off. You know, it slows the game down. That's what they want to do.
Yeah. Do what they can.
Yep. And now we see J-Mari with the boots of travel. He is going to be able to just go around this map so quickly and make the game a lot harder for Gambit. You see, he gets a kill top. No. TP's bottom, gets level 20.
This is really a throwback to the old style of Dota. Like, so often now we just see these team fights where it's people punching each other forever and then nobody dies. In this one, people die, like, instantly.
Yeah, like, pretty much, right? Schofield and Immersion just, I didn't even see him. They were just gone from the map, and then everyone else just ran away like, oh, gee, okay, I'm good, I'm good.
Yeah. Don't come after me. Leave me alone. And the other answer for the BKBs is, of course, going to be that Earthshaker initiation, catching somebody off guard.
Radiant are scanning.
I feel they do still have the Aegis up on this Ursa, almost level 18. Yeah. I think that they want to get something out of this, I feel, but they're nervous because J-Mari is doing such a good job of split pushing their lanes. He is just keeping them in this game by doing that.
Well, less than 1,000 gold lead, only 1 kill advantage for Demolition Boys at the 29-minute mark as we get ready for the bounty runes. And probably will be a slight fight for them.
Yeah, smoke up middle. Do they want to go through middle to top, or where are they looking at?
It seems likely.
And this would be good. Schofield isn't there, and he's like a big part of their team, but he might just run into him. Uh-oh, Schofield.
Yeah, you got to be careful there, buddy.
They're running away from him. He's connecting to his team.
Jamari, he's running away, gets the invis, the blink forward, Afterlife out of position, and now they have the ice path down as well. Ursa taking a lot of damage there. Jamari, they're going to be able to back up, but as you said, Schofield can connect with this team again if he wants to. It looks like they're just going to try and retreat, though, and get the heck out of here. So Acel going to TP away. Does he get out? Yes, indeedy duty.
now that means they get all the bottom runes. And oh, there might be a fight.
Oh, Yule Scepter lift up, and now the jump forward. They were able to pull him back in. Schofield is there for the follow-up afterwards. He's invis for the moment. They've been able to find that Hex. Still having duel, they're able to get the ward trap. They need to be careful about the counter initiation that's going to come from this Legion commander in just a second, but Jamari moves up there, able to find that one kill, and instead everybody else is just out.
This is a crazy game. You just, the burst damage, right? Like, if you don't get a kill immediately, you see everyone just runs away. It's either we get the kill or we get out.
Yeah.
And that was a great play by Jamari with the quick fingers, right? He would have just got dueled and died instantly, but he gets the Yules off.
Trying to chase forward for FNG. They need to be careful about the dual turnaround, but they do take down FNG.
3K lead there. They're pulling ahead, and they've got the Morphling into the late game. This is, honestly, this is very surprising, and he almost has a full Scotty on the Morphling now.
I mean, the biggest thing to me is something you were talking about earlier, that this is a team that normally falls apart at this time. Yes. But Demolition Boys showing a lot of growth in this series and not taking bad fights.
And I think it's this Jakiro too. Like, we're seeing why this Ice Path is just the maxed out Ice Path is insane team fight control. Even when he goes for the duel, like the earlier duels, he just got the Ice Path off before BKB, and even now, right, he got away from an Ursa with 2 Ice Paths.
Totally, it's perfect.
What does Gambit do? I'm trying to think right now. They almost have a basher on the Ursa. I think you have to have someone farming on one side of the map like the Hawk's doing right now, and then obviously Chen just summons him in, and you have to just find a more people fight. You just have to find a 5v4 fight, a 4v3 fight. I don't think you can just take skirmishes anymore. I honestly think Demolition Boys wins all of them now.
Yeah, and as long as Chen stays alive too, you can turn it into a 4v5 by like blowing up one, and then you can buy back a hero if one of yours dies and then recall him to the fight.
And a smoke bottom. The rune's already gone. We saw Sword actually scooped up an arcane rune in his bottom. Are they going to find anyone? That would be a nice kill. They saw the Lina Dragon Slave middle. They're looking. Yeah,
they have that Sentry Ward down too because they know that she might be scouting around this area. But it looks like she is going to head off to the side. The big jump forward, trying to find her, but she's too quick.
Wow.
That's BKB used as well.
That's his 7 seconds. He's down to 6 seconds now.
And they're going for it immediately. Look at this. They're chasing forward, but they get the Hex off, trying to interrupt the 4-step, saving the day, the second 4-step. Schofield living through it. He barely able to walk away. He blinks forward aggressively. The absolute madman, but now they get the duel onto the Morph. Is he going to go down? The Shrine is not nearly enough. He does not have buyback, and now Gambit able to make the turn to walk away. BKB comes out a second time, and it is all falling apart for Demolition Boys.
Yep, they got real cocky right there. The Schofield TP, it was a nice save, but you can't just TP in there blindly, right? They did not have a ward there. He just TP'd in. There's just 5 heroes surrounding him.
Yeah.
They thought they had a good one, right? Because the BKB was down on Legion Commander, but guess what? Ursa SF, they're fine to use theirs, and there's a Hex on Shadow Fiend now.
Yep, and no buyback on this Morphling for another 40 seconds. It looks like just the buyback for the Jakiro is going to be enough to stop the push.
Yep, I think top lane being pushed in too kind of scares them. They don't want any like shenanigans coming out.
Sorry is the call from Jamari.
Yep, oh, he is going the right. He goes the Fiery Soul 20 Talon. He has a Crystallis now. He is. Okay. They want this late game, and I'm almost kind of scared. I feel he should get some more because look at, he might just get blown up.
Oh, they get the duel in the end, and now trying to get him, but the lasso keeping him alive. But the turnaround, they're trying to take it down with FN. He's able to be hexed and trying to walk away, but that is going to be Jamari dead in the end. And now Gambit walking forward. The Hawk finds that kill, slowly crumbling apart, and Sword also will fall. The fake back worked.
It's Schofield. He's sticking around. I don't think he's level 14, can he?
I mean, he's thinking about it. They're moving in, looking for the bait, looking for the opening, the Echo Slam. It's not quite good enough, though.
First hit bash.
And they're able to take down both of them.
It's
5
over.
dead. Gambit doing it.
That was, we talked about the Demolition Boys. They lasted a little longer this game, but it's that one TP by Schofield, and they one bad fight. Look at, they're attacking tier 4s.
Yeah, they know.
But backdoor protection. Creeps are coming, about 5 more seconds.
That's the thing that Echo Slam did at least, but this is going to drop 214 damage on the Legion Commander, and they're going to again run straight for those tier 4s. There isn't an answer.
Gambit, it's just over. It actually is just over. They have no buybacks on any of the 4. The game is literally over. Wow. Just like that, Gambit takes one fight and ends the game. And this Shadow Fiend, the Presence or Effects building, what a What an ability now. Like, no one was going. Remember, everyone just said it was absolute trash for, what, like 1 to 2 years? And then all of a sudden, you see these CIS teams running, and it's the meta. They've shifted the meta, like, by themselves with it.
It totally is. And I think we're going to keep on seeing more and more people take this. I mean, the Greaves, this might be the patch that we have going into the Major as well. Yep. And who knows?
Dude, that was a good game. It honestly was a very good game. But good plays by both teams. There was just there was multiple kind of little chippy bad plays on both teams too. But the biggest one is Schofield just TPing into that shrine blindly. It honestly kind of lost him that fight.
They needed the Batrider to go in first, and he just wasn't quite there in time. But yeah, Schofield going for the TP. And you can understand the desire. Like, you see that BKB down, you feel like you can go, but does not work out for them. And I think that probably, considering how weird the draft looked, I'm still pretty impressed with the way Demolition Boys played. I think that they don't need to change a ton going into the next game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's their decision-making mostly. Like, right there, even though the BKB went down, you know the other two have BKBs as well. And yeah, for sure. The MVP had to be Afterlife. The boy had almost 300 damage on a Legion commander before level 25.
Yeah.
He only had like 2 unsuccessful duels out of almost, I don't even want to, I'm not even going to guess, but he played an insane game.
He owned. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go a quick little break as we get ready to hop into game number 2. So stay tuned. More from the Miner right after this.